What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's main event between Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. #1 contender fight. Someone's O has got to go. Both undefeated fighters. But guys, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. This is a fun one. This is one I've been begging for a while. True #1 contender fight. You got the undefeated Movsar Evloev versus the undefeated Lerone Murphy. Classic grappler versus striker matchup. But the winner here gets to move on, fight for the title against Alexander Volkanovski. At least that's how it fucking should be, right? And we have Movsar, who I guess you could say, definitely say that he has a better resume over Murphy, especially his last 3 wins. You got Arnold Allen, Diego Lopez, Aljamain Sterling. And then you have Murphy, who his last win was Pico, but it was a sensational spinning back elbow, knockout over Pico. Before that, Dan Ige, and I'm pretty sure before that, he had Edson Barbosa, and probably even Josh Emmett, his last 4 wins. And he, aside from the Pico fight, a lot of them have been very technical fights. A lot of people call him boring. I don't really consider Murphy as a boring fighter. He takes his time. What he does very well, he sticks to the basics, low stance. Now, what I think here in this fight too, because Murphy, he's very instinctual. He will get these knockouts, like his knockout against Pico, very instinctual. He lined that shot up. He went there and took the data of what Pico was giving him early on in that fight and just did what he felt was right in the moment, and it sparked him, right? His fight against Marwan Amirkhani, where it was a fight where he was getting taken down, and Amirkhani doesn't really have much else in his bag aside from wrestling, aside from takedowns, right? But Murphy was able to really kind of just instinctually throw that knee at the perfect time, hit Amirkhani, flush knockout, got the dub, right? And where Murphy, he doesn't do anything too much, doesn't really overextend. He has great instincts as a fighter, great fight finishing instincts, and I think that can definitely, I think that's what's gotten him so far, right? That's why he's undefeated. He's able to adapt in the moment. But some of his flaws, even though he has a real low stance, good anti-wrestling stance, defensive stance, right? He moves backwards. He kind of lets his opponents kind of push him back. And I think that, it goes to him just taking in data. And this is a 5-round fight. But I think Movsar, that's going to kind of play right into Movsar's game, getting a single leg, getting these double legs, getting Murphy against the fence. And I think that we can see a very similar fight like what we saw with Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway. That's kind of what my concern is and how it's going to play out, where I want Murphy to go out there and just utilize sharp, crisp, technical, basic boxing, which is something he's so good at using. Just catching his opponents at the end of his shots as well. Good leg kicks. Everything that Murphy does well, he sticks to the basics. But I think against a guy like Movsar, because Murphy just kind of lets his opponents back him up. And I think that's where Movsar is going to just be able to take advantage early on in the fight, and that's going to wear on Murphy as time goes on. Because I think Movsar, he has that cardio to where he can do this for 25 minutes. I don't think we'll really see him gassing out in the 4th or 5th round. So I'm curious to see how Murphy's defensive wrestling goes, if he's going to be overly patient. Because I want Murphy to go out there and get the dub. I want to see him fight Volkanovski for the title. I think that's a really interesting matchup. But I think Movsar, he's going to outpace, out-wrestle. I think he's going to be a step ahead. Position over submission, I think, is going to be more of the case of this fight. And we're going to see, a methodical wrestling decision victory for Movsar here this Saturday, as much as I want to see Murphy get the job done. But guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys have in this fight? Do you guys have Movsar? Do you guys have Lerone? Love to hear your guys' thoughts. That's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.